we are going to construct congruent angles based off an angle that we got. So I want you to imagine that you're driving your car down the road and some guy says to you, "Hey you, I'm going to draw this angle right here, and I want you to construct an angle congruent to it. I'm gonna blast you." Well, after today, you're in luck, because you'll be able to draw a congruent angle. So there's my original angle that I'm given. Certain teachers might start the next step out differently, but this is how I'm going to start this one out. I'm going to draw myself a ray. And if you don't draw a ray that's longer than the ones we currently have, it might raise a few issues. Let the record reflect that my class is laughing hysterically, but I accidentally hit the mute button on my microphone. Listen, no one needs to see me exposed. Okay, good. No laughter is probably for the best. I am now going to take my stabby end, and I'm going to put it at the vertex of the angle in which I need to copy. I'm going to take my compass and draw. And you know what? Sometimes it's better to actually just move the paper instead of move the compass, which is what I just did. I don't know. It's up to you. But what I did is I created a curve that was long enough to hit both rays. Okay. You need a curve that hits both rays. Rays, I really need one of those, right, kids? Let the record reflect that I once again hit the mute button while the kids were laughing, but only the mute button that controls their laughter and not the mute button that controls my laughter. I'm going to go to my ray that I just created, put the stabby end at the end point, and make sure that the curve I make here is just about as long or even longer than the curve that I made on the previous one. So I made it a little bit longer. Let the record reflect that one of my students said, "This is too much work." And let the record reflect that I made a crybaby face at them and laughed at them silently. And let the record reflect that that student is now crying, but they deserve it. I'm going to take my stabby end and put it on one, and it doesn't matter which one. I'm going to put it on one of the places where my original ray intersected my pencil. And I'm going to adjust my compass so that the pencil hits the other intersection. And that's pretty solid right there. I'm happy with that. So the stabby end is on one intersection and the pencil is on the other intersection. And I'm purposely vamping so that the people who have the old-fashioned compasses are able to do the twisty thing to make sure that everything is good. But my stabby end is on one intersection and my pencil's on the other. And like I said, it makes zero difference if you swapped it because you're literally going to have the same exact measurement anyway. So I take my stabby end, right? I put it on one intersection, and I'm just going to mark that intersection right there. Oh, hi, Mark. And I'm going to go and literally do the same exact thing to the ray that I created. Whoop. Make a mark. Whoop. And just like we make a mark in this world that we live in, we make a mark on our paper. And now what we could do is we can go to the end point of the ray that we created and draw a straight line through the intersection of the pencil marks using the compass that we created. And ladies and jelly spoons, ladles and jelly spoons, pardon me, we have ourselves congruent angles. although I don't know how to draw an arrow. Let the record reflect that a student said yay and is now cheering for me. And they stopped. But if I were to take a protractor and measure this versus measuring that, that would be congruent. Just like I had planned. That is the end of this construction. Construction complete. Bye.